Thank you. Push D and D on the work phone. All right, we'll give it a couple more minutes in case somebody else wants to jump on. All right, let's get started here. My name's Chris. I am considered the old guy at Pontotoc Insurance. I'm also the better looking out of everyone here. So, as you can tell, this is Medicare Made Simple. We try to anybody new to Medicare, we're trying to make it as simple as possible for you, and to kind of give you some steps and make it easier. And we're not trying to sell you anything. We're just trying to give you information. So, there's 4 parts: the deadlines that cost you and what it really runs in 2026. So the biggest thing is that there's deadlines that you'll have to meet as far as enrollment windows and periods, and we're going to kind of go through those and decipher through those. So it says today is the map, not a sales pitch, the lay of the land, so you stop guessing. Medicare has 4 parts. Part A is the hospital. That's for any hospital stays, skilled nursing. That has a deductible with it. It's a $1,600 deductible. You earned this by, it says you earned it through 40 quarters of work and paying taxes. 40 quarters is basically just 10 years. So you've earned Part A. If you've started your Social Security, you will automatically be enrolled in Part A. If you have not started Social Security, you'll have to manually do that. Part B is your medical. That's your doctors, any doctor visits, exams, any type of equipment used. This one has a monthly premium that is $202 per month. But this one is probably what's used the most. So you do not have to opt into Part B if you have or are still working and you have credible coverage at some place of employment that has 20 more employees in group cover. That's called credible coverage. So you don't have to opt into Part B if you have that, but there's a window that you have to do that in, which we'll go through in just a few minutes. And then Part D is your drug coverage. This is your prescription drug plans. There is a penalty if you do not get a prescription drug plan. You will be penalized and pay a lump sum up front, and then you will have a monthly penalty for the rest of your life. Part C is Medicare Advantage. It's a private plan that bundles with A and B and D, and it includes a drug plan with it. It includes a lot of times your dental and vision also with that. So um, this is your premium for your Part B um, coverage. So your premium monthly premium is $202 per month. That will come out of your Social Security check. Your deductible is $283 for a yearly deductible. That's annually, and then your Part A deductible is 1736 for per benefit period. Um, the term called IRMA comes into play, which basically means the more money that you make, the higher your monthly premium for Part B will be. So we have a chart that will go kind of it breaks that down, explains that. That'd be on another video, but um, it says a single Roth conversion or home sale can trigger it 2 years later. So, like I said, we'll explain that more in depth in another video. So here are your windows. 3 windows you can't afford to miss. Your first one is the initial enrollment period. That's 3 months before the month of your birthday, the month of your birthday, and 3 months after. That, as far as you're wanting to start Part B, you can do that. You have 7 months to do that. Remember, Part A, if you're not enrolled in your Social Security yet, you'll have to manually do that yourself. So it's important to get those because you will be charged a penalty, which is on the next slide, I believe. But we'll look at that if you don't opt into Part B when you are supposed to. Your annual election period, which is October 15th through December 7th, that's mainly for your Medicare Advantage people and your Part D, your drug coverage, which is basically everybody because Medicare supplements are required to also get a Part D or a prescription drug plan. It says every fall, the one stretch where anyone on Medicare can change Part D or Advantage plans for the coming year. So, um, obviously, October 15th is important to you and it's important to us as well. So, just plan accordingly to make that happen. And then finally, still working at 65, which I touched on earlier, says a special enrollment period lets you delay penalty free while you keep credible employer coverage. So if you're still working, for example, my uncle is one. He still works. He has credible coverage. He is 65, but he does not have to opt into Part B yet because he is still on his work coverage as well as his wife. His wife is also on his coverage as well. So neither one of them have to opt into Part B, but it says then gives you 8 months to enroll after it ends. So once he gets off, he has 8 months to opt into Part B. Now the Medicare supplement side, there's a 63-day window where he could still get a guaranteed issue. In other words, no health questions, that type of thing, to get a Medicare supplement. But he still has 8 months after he were to retire to opt into Part B. So that kind of explains that. Moving to the next slide, your Part B late penalty is 10% added to your premium for every 12 months you could have enrolled but didn't. And then notice this, it says for as long as you have Part B. Here's the thing, you are probably going to have Part B for the rest of your life, meaning you would have to pay a penalty for the rest of your life. That is why it's important to hit those windows, because if you don't, it will cost you megabucks. Part D, kind of the same thing. It's 1% per month for every month you go without credible drug coverage. It's small at first and it compounds for the rest of your life. Again, there's the key, the rest of your life. You will never be able to get out of that penalty, even if you've tried to fix it. So those are important as far as your windows, and that's why, because if you don't meet those windows, you will pay for it later. It says get your Medicare set up right the first time. In other words, we try to do these videos to help you. We understand there's people in our lives, that my parents and a lot of people in our lives that are Medicare age or coming up on Medicare age, turning 65, and there's a lot of men and women that do not understand everything that goes with Medicare. So we try to help you in any way you can. You can also feel free to call us at any point. Our number is 662-200-2249. And we would love to help you through those, through this process and go from there. But if you have any questions, feel free to comment underneath and we will answer those and help you any way possible. Thank you.